All right, everybody. I got my adult beverage here, minus the adult part. I'm out. That sucks. But anyway, at least I got the other half. Probably better. Well, I don't know if Pepsi's better for you than whiskey or not. Who knows? Anyway, we'll try and zippy through this here a little bit quicker. Yeah, I borrowed Zippy's name. He has an awesome channel if you haven't been to Zippy's yet. Anyway, we'll start here. We left off right there with that case. So here it's just a lot of oil cans in this room and some toys. Those are die cast there. More oil cans. Ooh, I forgot. I got these little lights right here. You go like that. And, whoops, and they come on. You see that? Got these at IKEA. God, probably back in 2007 or so. And those still work. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, anyway, oil cans and Automobilia stuff, and that's a little toy that just looked really cool. More oil cans. And if you remember right here, there's more oil cans and spouts. Remember those because I'm going to talk about a loopster, and those kind of go with the loopster. More oil cans, plastic toy car from back in the day. More oil cans. That's a die-cast car thing there. If you guys remember, I had a big tall case right here, like a watch case. It was full of Hot Wheels and Matchbox and some slot cars and stuff. Well, I sold it with about half the cars in it. Got more money out of it that way. I kept some of the older cars and some that I had since I was a wee young lad back in the 70s. So anyway, so I put that there and it works out pretty good. And then we'll just go down here really quick. Let's get the bending over part done. And Elijah, I was telling you about in one of the other videos, I collected some of that. You don't use this stuff much anymore unless you have an old car. And it was really cheap at thrift stores and stuff for a while. That's cool in the box. But it started getting collectible, so I had to stop buying it because it got too expensive. Right there where that Green Hornet box was a chrome timing light, kind of like that, in a plastic case. I gave that to my kid. There's another one in the package still. Check this one out right here. This is so freaking cool. Check out that antique timing light thing there. Isn't that cool? Gotta be 50s or 40s. Anyway, we come up here. We'll just go here and start. We'll do this after we gotta go around a clothes rack. I'll show you. Do the other side, but there's all my Tonkas and Nile Light, however you say that. Hot rod ones. Got that with the trailers, pretty cool. Bunch of those. Those are all used to do at the fair. You could, little thing spins around, you throw the paint in there. My son did that. My youngest son every year for that many years. So I had to keep them for him. And go back over here. We can see some of this better from the other side. There's some little collector cards, hot rods back in the 60s probably. Those are hard rubber toy cars there. We'll talk about that guy right there in a minute. There's some more Tootsie Hubley type cars. Cool ads my son had for bikes. And instruction sheet out of the original a la carte kit. A couple more comics. We'll see that one better on the other side. Neat old chain guard my son had. And that you seen from the other side. My son's yearbooks from when he was in high school. Keeping those, obviously. Anyway, along here is some AMT 143rd little models that they had. That one there, somebody tried stealing the tires off of it. And here's a couple old Hot Wheels, and that's the nicest one of those I have. And a couple newer things. That was my youngest son's. Got a little lowrider 60 Chevy, which is really cool. That used to be autographed by Jim Epler, was that his name? but it kind of wore off. Cool little hot rod die cast thing. Anybody remember those? IROC cars, used to get them from True Value. The hardware store carried them. At least the Camaros anyway. Got a few of those. Ooh, look at that. I thought I sold that. Carrying case. That's cool. Anyway, there's one out of the box. There's a cool little hauler, Hot Wheels thing. Matchbox, whatever, I don't know. Cool Racing Champions stock cars. That's probably the second or third year they came out. Anybody remember Finger Hut? Back in the day, yeah, I bought that from Finger Hut, made payments on it. Yeah, payments were like $8, $9 for like 2 years or some stupid thing. They overcharge you, but let you make payments. But it was cool. More Automobilia stuff. Starsky and Hutch. Yeah, I love those guys. Like I said before, we lost him. Man, that sucks. Anyway, some those are probably Hubley. Am I saying that right? No, that's a Tootsie toy. I'll be. Got two of those. Those are really cool. And over here is a bunch more Tootsie toys. Ooh, cool old slot car. Aurora. That was back when they first came out. I think they were motor something back then, weren't they? I don't know. No, it says Aurora. There we go. Model motoring. Yeah, I sold some of those of my old models. At least I kept that one. That's a pickup too. Really cool. Tootsie toys. Some little die cast, Matchbox stuff there. My mom bought me that one. She thought I'd like it, and I did. Okay, we did that. Go back up here. Models that I built. Kind of my rat rod section. I have a few. Some of the other ones I have are more traditional hot rod type thing. Some more old pictures with of cars. Got the lady out in front and the kids in front of that one. They're just so cool. These, remember these things here from back in the day? You put your coins in there and put that in your pocket. Pretty cool. Who is that? Service, yeah, cool. That's Deer Park. Well, that'll be. I didn't know it was that close. That's where the drag strip was. Just prop that up like that. That looks better. Little Matchbox Indy car. Anyway, these are my 3 oldest builds. I did probably back. Well, that's a 72, so not too long after that. Another 72. Nice rig job, huh? Yeah, that's how we did it back then. And that's the first issue of that 69 Camaro that Monogram released 100 years ago. These are my builds here. These are an octagon or shape type case, so it's kind of hard to. There, I can get kind of a side view without the corner. Those are some. Anyway, builds I did and some motors I built just stuck in there. More old pictures. Guy's pretty proud of his 36 or so. Check out all those old cars. Oh, so cool. Anyway, so we'll swing around this way. Everybody hang on. And we'll go around that clothes rack thing. We'll do that last. So over here we got ice scrapers. Yeah, I had a thing for ice scrapers. And my son bought me quite a few of these at the swap meet last year. But they got old advertisements for gas stations. Some are local, like that one right there. Don't even remember that. Well, look at the MA 1166. That was way before my time. Well, I don't remember it. Where's that one at? Loon Moses Lake. That's close. Pinehurst, Idaho. Knutson Silver Lake. Oh, anyway, they're just really cool. Some double die-cast 32s. I put flames on them and decals on them. Kind of made little race cars out of them. With the little pullback things. They're just a little kind of detail painting on them. Just having fun. Die-cast 32. That's an old Revell trophy. It was a Revell Pactra paints that sponsored that back in the early 60s. And that car, that was a model that won the first year. Beat everybody like best in show, so they made a bronze or whatever that is mold of it for the trophy for the next year. I think I have my story right. Pretty cool though. Found that at the swap meet, and had some smaller ones too. They're unengraved, but God, I should have bought them all. 32s, naturally, pretty cool. Down here, it's a plastic toy, some Automobilia stuff as usual. And that's die cast. That's another little plastic toy with some more old cans. I wish I had that kit. I just have the box. Seen them at the swap meet 2 years ago for like $85. Nope. My builds and some of my older Hot Wheels, they're beat up, but they need a home, so plus they're cheaper. Those are two really old builds there too. That Camaro is right there, and that's like a 63 or 4 vet with a newer vet nose on it that I butchered up and never finished. Down here, that kit there for all you collectors, it's just the box. I wish I had that kit. Oh, that thing is so expensive. And that's a pretty quest, mostly just box too, a few little parts in it. These are all builds of mine. Well, that's my wife's right there. One that she did a long time ago. Ooh, looks like it needs a front tire put on it. Anyway, so while we're down here, let's get it over with. This right here, well, we gotta go back. If you remember in my older video, right here beside that case, and right there beside that case, at the end of this coffee table was 2 loopsters. Those things in the old gas stations where you cranked them and the oil came out the spout, and you put them in those things over there I was telling you about, and then you put it in your car. Yeah, I sold them. Yeah, gotta do what you gotta do. Old Hot Rod magazines, my oldest ones. A few of them that I put up here. I only have like 4 or 5 more of this old, early 50s and late 40s. When did Hot Rod come out? 48, 49 something. Those are really cool. And that's just more old cans. I put a rack there where the loopster was. Put some old cans on it. Down here, some model boxes. That was built in the case over there. That's a die cast my nephew got me. That's built over there, I'll show you. That's just a box, and then that's a cool Merc die cast. These are all like 1/18 scale, whatever that scale is. Is it that scale? I don't know. That was my brother-in-law's. I got him when he passed away. And these are just some die casts. I love 70 Chevelle, so those 2 are mine. Neat old brochure. And these 2 I got from my brother-in-law. That needs dusted, don't it? Look at that. Oh man, I better get to cleaning. A couple more trophies. One on each side of this case. These are all my builds in here. Pretty cool case. You can kind of see me back there. See, waving at you. And some neat old builds. A couple of traditional hot rods I was telling you about. Some cool builds there that I did. Some are newer, some are older. Another old trophy. Up here, pocket protectors from the old gas stations, kind of cool. 2 plastic toy Mavericks. Pocket holder, another old hot rod. And that's a California car, but the guy moved up here. So when he passed away, a lot of his stuff wound up in an antique store, so I bought those 2 pictures of it. That's a local car. I'm trying to identify it, but nobody recognizes it, at least that I know. Some more old pictures of cars from back in the day. They're just so cool. So cool. It's the Big T. Got the instruction book there. Got this in a bag from Josh, Short Time Bomb Collectibles. Christmas before last. Gave it to me. So I pieced it together as best I could. But most of the stuff was there. All the tools, all those accessory things. The easel thing with the card and the chain stands and everything. Really cool. So I put it on my old Ford stool. and displayed it there. Another plastic Indy car. Used to get that stuff at Kmart all the time and variety stores. A plastic dune buggy. And over here, this is a toolbox, my first toolbox I had when I got my 65 Barracuda in about 75. And that was in all the cars I had up until a few years ago. So I thought I'd bring it in here. Check out this old tire here, Bobby Unser. I forget what brand it is, I kind of buried it down there. But then I stuck that old hubcap on there, it looks kind of cool. Another big plastic toy, a cool pit board sign thing. One, I guess one means tire, two means hot, and three means need brakes. I guess that's what that means. Pretty cool, got that to swap meet. That's a neat old Hot Rod magazine there. A couple die-cast toys there. And another Hot Rod, 1950. Some more old pictures with the girl, that's so cool. And the little kid. Very cool. That's my dad there. It was right before I was born, I think. I don't think I was around. We had that 53, 54 Chevy. And some cool pictures there. Got a cool car in the garage, it looks like. And a license plate, topper, bottomer thing. Those are die casts. And just some old random stuff up here. That's a Hubley toy in the package, which is a really cool find. And there's all the Tootsie Toys. They're pretty cool. I got doubles of some of the littler ones because they came in different colors. So they suckered me into buying them, which is really cool. Like all the different colors of the little pickup. Those are so cool. Some vintage stuffies my wife collected, and some that my grandkids bought me and my kids bought me when they were little. More Tootsie Toys. More old cans. I got a lot of my wax cans and cleaner stuff. Like I said, I detailed cars for 25 plus years, so I collected some of that stuff. Plastic toys, old model magazine. I did these were on my channel a while back, probably over a year ago now. That one there too. Two plastic toy hot rods. Drive-in speaker. Pretty cool. I guess you could hook those up to like a record player or something to make them work. I haven't done that yet. Back up here, one of my son's bikes. Two Dragster 3s. I think they're a different color because one has a shifter and the other one don't. And one has a headlight and the other one don't. So those are need a little work. They're not rideable, but they're really good shape. And they're cool, so I brought them in the house. I forgot something over here. Hang on, guys. I'm not prepared. Anyway, there's a cool Playboy 88, I guess that says. That's a neat bike that he found. Check out the seat with a little Tootsie Toy trailer on it. But check out those forks. Isn't that cool? No adjusting those, man. Those handlebars are that way, and that's the only way. Got an old tricycle in there. I got a few outside for yard art. But that one's really old. It's pretty cool. And this here was a toy that I put stickers on and souped up the motor a little bit, put headlights on it, and detail painted it, and just kind of made it look like a model. That's an old model of my daughter's there. And in here, these are all my builds. Right there. We'll talk about those two in a minute. That one right back there is a die cast. I just put slicks on it and decals. It was missing some parts. These are two appreciation builds that was done for me probably 2 years ago by now. These were done over by Mike. Mike at Mike's Model Speed Shop. Did those for me a long time ago. I think his channel had a different name back then. But those are really cool. I love that one. That was good. You know I like hot rods, so those are all old builds I did back in 40 years ago or so, whenever those first came out. Back there, just more automotive cans and a few little Tootsie Toy cars and some plastic cars and those little rubber hot rods. Those are pretty cool. Some more old cans. That sign's from Hobby Lobby, so it's not old. Another hot rod comics. These are those metal models. Was it Hubby that made those too? Who made those? I can't remember. But my parents bought me one when I was a little kid, but I didn't put it together because you had to file off the flash, and oh, there's a lot of work. So, and there's a couple metal toy cars there, and some plastic hot rods. Got most of these from one guy in the toy club, and Automobilia stuff. Old picture there. Guy made those, cut them out with however you do it. It's pretty cool. There's that other Hot Rod magazine. Some more ads up there. It's a big plastic 33, 34 Ford coupes. Frisbee from Thrifty Auto. These are all some of my metal oil cans. They're worth a lot more, but these are all rejects that needed a home because they're beat up, they're not full, tops are off of them, some of them, kind of rusty, like that. So got them pretty cheap. They look pretty good in there. So let's see where we going. Oh, two more bikes over here. Some oil cans back there, and a cool little metal cabinet that I found really cheap. And let's see, there's two bikes. These are the last two that my son and I did together before he passed away. The blue one was mine, the yellow one was his. I painted those at the body shop where I worked at. The painter painted them for me. He did a really good job. Really nice paint. So we got all our best parts, and I think, yeah, my son bought me a new seat and a tall sissy bar for that one. That is a neat old seat too. There's the tiger in the tank tail thing you used to get at the gas station. Gotta have a bowling pin thing. Seat covers came with my 52 Plymouth. They're brand new in the box, but they're so crispy I didn't even try putting them on. Another ad. Metal toy hot rod there. And that's a cool old speaker for our bikes that my son found. Another cool metal hot rod, some old pictures. Old dealership here in town. Found it in a newspaper. Old newspaper my wife found at her girlfriend's house. Buchanan Chevrolet, I remember that one. Then we got Miss Linda Vaughn, classy lady, super nice lady. Got her autograph. Crap, 80s somewhere, mid 80s probably. And so I think Portland Roaster Show. She signed it, and then she wrote on there, detail this. And she asked where I work, so that was really cool. I love that picture. Sweet lady. There's Utter Cadillac here in Spokane. They detailed a bunch of cars for them back in the day. More stuff up there in the window. As you can see, it's dark out. It's about 12 o'clock at night right now. And down here, that's from Dan at the 60s Rule. Appreciation build he did for me. Really cool case and everything. Sent that to me. Really nice of those guys to do that. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Him and Mike both. There's plastic toys there. That's a cool little plastic toy. It's missing some stuff, so it was cheap. Station wagon. Alright, cool. And there's some road maps there. Cal Custom stuff I love, but I only have 2 or 3 because it's expensive. That I found at a thrift store, so I got a deal on that. And there's the air cleaner topper thing. Ashtray. Tire ashtray. My son was pinstriping back in about 99, 2000 when he got out of high school. He should have kept it up because that was like his 2nd or 3rd try. Pretty damn good. More hot rod comic on this side. There's those collector cards. There was those hard rubber toys, a few of those. There was me with Paul Jr., Orange County Choppers. They came to Spokane on that tour thing they did way back in 07 or 6, whenever it was. There's the rest of those Tonka hot rod cars. Two more stuffies my family got me. That one there with a helmet. I've had that guy since about 74, 75. And then he's been in every car I've had too, sitting in the back seat. So got to keep him around. This coffee table here, random stuff on it. Used to be right here where this thing is. And this is down here because, like I said, my daughter and my 2 grandkids moved in. So we had to do some rearranging upstairs so the now 10-year-old boy could have a room. And we did pretty good, but there's no room for my wife's clothes rack. This is where she keeps a lot of her sweaters and light jackets. So I'm like, bring her downstairs. I'll make room for it. Don't stress. So we put it down here and hung some vintage coats on it. I'll show you in a second. Thrifty Auto Creeper. That was a score my wife found at an estate sale about 4 or 5 years ago. That's so cool. My friend Rich wants that really bad. Yeah, when I pass away, someday he can have it. And yeah, these are vintage coats here I got hanging on it, so it kind of looks like it fits in. 76 coat, and that coat there I've had forever. That's really cool. My Iski coat. And I think we're back around pretty much where we started, except the door to the laundry room. Got a couple more old band posters like I showed you, another room on the ceiling. So you can go see Heart here for $5.50, and oh, go to this one, it's cheaper. Rush, and don't recognize that Tommy guy, but he was a special guest. Some more old pictures, random pictures you find. These are a pain to look for because you got a stack of about 8,000, and you got to look through them all at the antique store, and it takes forever. But sometimes it's worth it. And there's some thermometers from oil companies and gas companies. It's kind of cool. You go over here, there's another air cleaner topper for our Automobilia. That's a newer sign. I got that from my brother-in-law when he passed away, from Hobby Lobby. That's the grandson I was telling you about, the one living with us. He's a year old, so we got his picture in the pedal car. And I have 2 other grandkids by my older son, a boy and a girl. And he just started driving yesterday. Scary. So he's going to be 17 in a month or so, I think. I lose track. Anyway, my older son bought me that because it's got a cool car on it. There's a neat old Hershey wrapper that my sister gave me. My dad found 2 of those when he was remodeling houses back in the 60s, and we've had them ever since then. And my 2 boys are drummers, so I hung that up. That's not one of my boys, but it's a cool picture. And there's some other stuff from their bands up there. I didn't show you. I should have. So anyway, I think that's it. That's it. Lots of stuff. But before I go, I got to make sure. Well, actually, this has been kind of fun. Looking at this stuff more closely than I usually do. It brings back a lot of memories, a lot of fun stuff I've collected over the years. So it's been kind of fun. But I got to thank my wife for giving me the basement. It used to be our family room. We had a couch down here and a TV over there, and we were down here all the time. But I still had car stuff around, but not this much. Most of it was upstairs in